Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm the King. Welcome back to the channel. Recently, we just had our Dead by Daylight Q&A session. It's been a very long time since we received one of these, so we're going to talk about everything that they spoke about here. Nothing too major, but a lot of things that I'm sure you guys will find interesting. Two quick things before we jump on in. Thank you again for all the support and subscribing. We're so close to 100K, so please consider subscribing down below. I would really appreciate it. And right now, as you're watching, we're live on Twitch, giving codes away for the DLC, and I just realized I can't say the second announcement or I'll get in trouble. So let's talk about these changes. So they started off the Q&A just talking about the changes that they had for the Blight, collision changes, how his power worked, things like that. Pretty much everything that we received on the patch notes, so nothing major or anything with significance there. And then they went ahead and jumped on into the Q&A questions. So let's go ahead and talk about those. The first one was console optimization. Is it going to come? Are we going to see it? And the response that they said is that the graphical update that they've been putting out basically reworks every single asset that they have. And as it reworks every single asset, they can go through and things that were more taxing on your graphics and things like that, they will completely be readjusted and optimized. For example, if a palette was using a lot of your graphical, your graphics card, they would change it, give it a complete overhaul, and make it so that it's not as taxing as this was made 4 years ago in 2016. So some things just aren't used as much as they were before, and some things are too taxing, and just better optimization all around. So not only will this be coming out for console, but this will be coming out for all platforms, just getting better optimized or optimization. Next, they talked about, will characters also be updated? Basically saying would characters look better similar to the graphical update? And they said yes, cosmetics and characters will be having updates specifically in the next update, which is really awesome. So we can expect all of the characters' faces and cosmetics to be reworked. Think about it as a complete engine update. So that is really, really awesome. You can now see some of your favorite characters being completely remodeled and redone to look way better. The next question that was of significance was, are we going to see bots and a trading mode? This is something that we spoke about, saying that Dead by Daylight has a possibility of adding bots and a training mode on into the game, because we had leaks in the coding that said bots were actually on in DBD. Now, obviously, there are bots in the tutorial game mode that they have, so this was kind of where this all stemmed from. And they said it is possible, but there's no ETA or decision at the time. They also made the correlation to DBD Mobile, saying that they executed it very well, and they oftentimes exchange notes, so it's not off of the drawing board, but no ETA or decision just yet. Next on the list, they talked about, will killers be getting some new animations, similar to how the survivors received new animations for working on a generator? And they said yes, as needed. And just to put it out, this isn't going to be a new Moris, nothing like that. These are just going to be for some of the older killers getting a newer improvement, and they can't really say what's happening right now, but something is happening. And they said we already seen stuff like breaking walls, but they're going to be adding more, and it's mainly for first-person point of view and how they move and how they attack and things like that. So maybe we can see some new cool animations for some of the older killers. Maybe Hillbilly or killers like that will use their weapons a little bit differently. So hopefully we'll see that coming out very soon. The next question on the list was, are there going to be another huge killer rework this year, similar to what we've seen with Freddy or anything like that? And the answer was nothing that was to the scale or Freddy or Doctor, but they have some smaller changes that are planned to be coming out. They also said that they made a very small and subtle change to the clown, and that wasn't the only thing they had in mind at the time, so we could be seeing some more things for the clown. Again, no ETA, and they haven't forgotten about him, but nothing planned right now. But they had a bunch of ideas that they wanted to incorporate with the clown that we could be seeing soon. So pretty exciting news. They talked about next, what are the new maps that are going to be getting the graphical update? And their answer was pretty much every single map is going to be getting a graphical update. They said that in total, this would probably take up to a year, because it's 4 years of backlog that they would need to go through and edit everything. But we can expect the next ones to come out being the earlier maps. So they're going to work on the earlier maps and the more taxing maps first, and then work their way up. And a little bit, they talked about this later, but I'm just going to toss it in here. They said that every mid-chapter and every chapter is going to include some changes for the maps. So that is really awesome. So that means in the next mid-chapter patch, we will see more maps getting updated. The next chapter patch, we'll see more maps getting updated until every single map is done, which will, again, take probably a year, which is really, really awesome. All right, so next on the list, they talked about perk changes, and are we going to see any perks being reworked and changed? And they said, yes, perks are going to be changed, and we're going to see this as soon as the mid-chapter patch is out. And they said the mid-chapter patch is more for balance and functional changes, and we will see things like this more often in the mid-chapter patch and not so much in the chapter patch because their focus is a bit shifted onto something else. But that doesn't necessarily rule out that chapter patches aren't going to include a bunch of perk changes and things like that. They said that they're going to be doing this much more frequently, which I'm very happy to hear. So that means a lot of the perks that have literally no power, essentially, are going to be getting reworked and redone. The next question was, are we getting a new item? And it was pretty much left to be a maybe. So they're looking for ideas on new items that they're going to be bringing on into the game. If you guys have any of the ideas, feel free to go and post it on their forums. I personally think that a hammer that survivors can use to break a breakable wall would be pretty convenient. How many times have you ran into a dead end, maybe on like Dead Dog Saloon, and you're like, damn, I wish I can break this wall. A one-time use hammer would be pretty cool. Next on the list was, is MMR going to be coming back? And they said, yes, MMR will be coming back, and we will be seeing that soon. The reason why we still have the character lock selection is because with MMR, basically you have to pull a switch on the back end. Nobody really notices because you don't have to update. However, with that whole thing where you have to lock in your character, that would require a full-blown update. So every time switching back and forth will get tedious and annoying. So they're keeping it like that and building essentially a good tendency because that's the way it's going to be. This is basically the same question I was talking about earlier. How frequent will we see graphic updates? And they say they plan to do it every chapter and mid-chapter patch. We already touched upon that one. The next one they asked was, could we see a second ultra rare for Huntress? And they said yes. They will revisit killers that have the incorrect amount of add-ons. And as you know, every single killer since, I believe, Clown, I'm not sure, don't quote me on that, have received a standard list of add-ons. So they actually talked about it, but I forgot. But it's essentially 2 ultra rares and I believe 4 very rares and 6 rares and something like that. But all of the killers have a standard amount of add-ons that they need. Some of the older killers do not have those, and the ones that do not have those will eventually be reworked. We've seen that recently with Bubba and Hillbilly. They both didn't have 2 ultra rares, and now they do. And that's basically what's going to happen to Huntress and some other killers. No ETA, but we can expect that coming in the future. They then spoke about PTB on consoles. The question was, will we ever see PTB on consoles? And they basically say, as of right now, they don't see it working out for console. This is something that I've spoke about a lot and given my reasoning behind why we won't see it for console. And they said Steam also lets them, just push out updates easy, get good statistics, do a lot of things on the back end. And, doing it on console will just be really, really, really difficult. So we probably will never see the PTB coming out for console. The next question was, will the Never Stop Slashing Legion outfit change faces? And if you guys don't know what this outfit is, this is essentially the winner of the cosmetic contest for Never Stop Slashing, and it was the Legion with the face changes and color changes. It was really awesome. And sadly, this will not happen. We won't be seeing any changes to the Legion's face as they're playing. They said that it has too much technical limitations, and because of this, we will not be seeing anything like that, which sucks, but they said that the cosmetic is still really, really good, and still a big congratulations to the winner of that. The next question on the list was, are any Moris going to be changed? Are Moris going to be changed or nerfed at one point? And I made a video about this, and everyone was like, King, you're clickbaiting me. You said that keys and Moris were going to be changed, but they never said that, so they basically confirmed yet again that keys and Moris will be changed at some point in the future. They don't know if this update is going to be coming out together, and they have no ETA on when this is going to be changed. And this is balanced. This isn't going to be necessarily a nerf or a buff. This is just balance. So that's going to be coming out. It's good to hear it confirmed from them officially. The next question was, are there plans on removing Bloodlust? And they said there's not any plans currently to remove Bloodlust, but they are keeping an open mind and this is in discussion. So we could see something like Bloodlust being removed. I personally, I'm on the fence with it. Maybe if the speed up was a little bit slower and you just get a little bit faster, yeah, they could supplement for it. But they're saying as they have reworked more of these loops and more of these tiles and they're better, or less efficient to loop, I should say, Bloodlust shouldn't really be a mechanic. This has been a discussion that a lot of people have been talking about. I even voiced my opinion about this on stream once, saying that there's still points where there could be infinite loops or strong loops that killers will still need to utilize Bloodlust, and especially for the newer players that really aren't up to par with some of the better players, they would need to utilize this in order to help. They also said that Bloodlust is already intertwined so long that it works in ways that they don't even know about. For example, if you're playing a certain killer, Bloodlust would help you in certain aspects that you wouldn't even subconsciously know about. So removing it might be a little crazy, but again, it's still on their discussions. And finally, the final question of major significance that we received on this Q&A was, how will cross progression work? And long story short, you will need to create your behavior account and they will combine your progress on multiple accounts, not necessarily adding up your levels, but allowing you to pick, or basically giving you whatever character has the higher level. For example, if you have a level 50 Meg and a level 5 Meg, the level 50 Meg is going to be coming over on the behavior account and not the level 5 Meg. If you have a level 40 Myers and you have like a level 50 Claudette, those will all come into one account. So basically whatever your highest level is on that character will be coming on over, and that's the character you're going to be getting. They didn't really speak too much about the cosmetics or anything like that, so we'll have to wait until they get an update for that. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is essentially the Q&A wrapped up with a nice bow. All of the significant information that you need to know. Nothing else was pretty much, major. I'm sure they're going to put out a like a spark notes or footnotes, whatever it's called, of everything that they spoke about, so you guys can read along with that as well. I just want to get this video out so you guys can be up to date with the information. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wrap up this video. Again, we are live on Twitch. We're doing some DLC codes giveaway if you guys are interested. And on top of that, tomorrow we're going to have another giveaway. That's all I can say about now. So yeah, be sure to come out today. Be sure to come out tomorrow. And I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you leave a like down below, share it with your friends, subscribe if you are brand new, as we're so close to 100,000 subscribers for some more Dead by Daylight content. And as always, I'm the King. I tip my crown to you guys, and we'll see you in the fog.